Hi, it's January the 6th and 2025, and we're here to look at the astrological outlook. So, one of the first things I'm going to talk about is some fake news that's whizzing around media at the moment, something to do with an alignment of planets around the 25th of January. I think that's the date they're giving out. And the fake news is about that this is a rare alignment of planets and it has great meaning. I'm ever so sorry if you've spent the time reading that because it's not true. It really is fake news. And I'll just sort of give you the general story about this. The planets are always in a line. They move a path. They move around the Earth, sticking to a certain path. It's called the ecliptic, and it's actually appears to be the path of the sun. And so this has been going on since the beginning of the solar system, or since it settled down anyway. Um, this path actually used to be called the wearying path by the Egyptians. They called the planets the weary ones, but anyway, they probably are weary for all we know. But so they will always appear in the sky to be in a line. Quite often at night, and particularly in winter, because we get much more dark sky, black sky stuff in winter. If you think about high summer, you will very rarely notice the sky, and indeed the stars in the sky or the planets in the sky, because you get a lot of light hours, and maybe you're in bed or snuggled down and it's still light outside. So you don't get the opportunity at 5, 6 o'clock of an evening to see a dark sky full of stars. So that's why winter has a lot more excitement in the sky than summer. But anyway, so to talking about this alignment, so particularly in the winter, we will always notice the planets, and there could be 3 or 4 of them in a line. It's not unusual. I'm going to just look at this, the particular day they're talking about. So what I'll do is I'll share with you so that we can see that. Okay, so this is the 25th of January 2025. The sun has just gone down. This is the horizon, and this is a mirror reverse. So this is the west, and the sun has just gone down below the horizon. So we're in darkness or twilight at least anyway. And the planets they're talking about are the visible planets. Now, the visible planets have always been the visible planets. They are visible with the naked eye. And we've got Saturn and Venus. I'm going to ignore that one, Neptune, because Neptune can't be seen with the naked eye. Chiron can't be seen with the naked eye. Eris can't be seen. Uranus can't be seen. Jupiter can be seen with the naked eye, and Mars can be. So basically, these planets are, yes, they're all in a hemisphere. So a hemisphere is half of a sphere. So we live on a sphere. So the sky around us is a sphere. And this describes the sky around us. This is the bit which is in darkness. It's the other side of us. And this is the bit that's in light if the sun is up. Okay, so these planets, this is dark now, the sun's gone down. These planets will appear as if they're all in a line because, as I said, they are walking the ecliptic, the path of the planets, the seeming path of the sun. And that's where they'll always be, really. Is there any meaning to this? No, they're all in different zodiac signs. We've got these two in Pisces, we've got Jupiter in Gemini, and we've got Mars in Cancer. We could look at the fact that Mars on that day is trine or 120 degrees away from Venus. And I could talk about that aspect, certainly. But that's a really common aspect. So, and I mean, it's a nice aspect. Venus represents earthly things and the success or the winning of earthly things, the ownership of earthly things, the pleasure that we get out of earthly things. It's an Earth planet. And so Venus feels attraction or is attractive or gives us a powerful sense of wanting to be relaxed in nature or buy some expensive lingerie, perfume. It's about ownership and just feeling very good and lethargic and one, if you like, with the physical world. And Mars gives a shot in the arm to that. Mars, with its adrenaline or its um, testosterone, if you like, um, is walking. This is like two people walking side by side down the street, um, both benefiting from each other's company. And so Mars is a stimulus to Venus's recognition of attractive things. Well, and in water as well. So we could talk about love. Love is certainly represented in water. And so it's a nice, romantic, slushy day. And that's it. But there are other aspects here. No, it's not just talking about one, and they're quite common. That's what I'm sorry. There we go. So if you hear anybody talking about this, please do say, no, it's fake news, rubbish, and refer them to this video. Then we'll get a few more views, won't we? Okay, I'm going to, while you're here, actually, what I'm going to do is return to today. There we are. Now we have the sky right now, as I'm talking to you from where I live. Okay, so what do we have here to talk about for today's astrology? Well, the first thing is we have the moon in Aries at 11 degrees, and we have the sun in Capricorn at 16 degrees. So I'm just going to stop sharing with you so I can talk to you about that. So the sun and the moon are together quite an influence on our lives. They take over the sky in a wonderful performance, a great play, which is representative of huge powers around us, huge influences in terms of gravity or solar radiation. We're pounded by it. Well, not pounded. We have hundreds of millions of and trillions of invisible nanoparticles called neutrinos coming out of the sun and passing straight through us. I mean, there are a number of energies that come from the sun that we just take for granted or aren't equipped to notice. Or so we're in a very dynamic electrical universe of great power and great persuasion. And the sun and the moon are representative of this and are highly influential to us. When they are at a 90 degree or square to each other, so a 90-degree angle, it means they're coming from different zodiac signs, and these zodiac signs don't get on. So the what's represented at the moment is the cardinal cross, because the sun is in Capricorn, it's cardinal, moon is in Aries, and that's also cardinal. But because Aries is a fire sign, and that's masculine, and the sun is in an earth sign, a feminine or yin earth sign, we know that they're not going to get on. They're going to irritate each other. The moon is always going to be less influential, less powerful, more moody. And so the sun is talking about really wanting to get on with things, really wanting to get some action going with itchy feet. Let's go, let's go, let's get something done. And the sun in Capricorn is talking about, well, it's harder than you think. There's something going to hold you up. Your car's going to break down. or some other thing is going to come in and be a hindrance and make everything quite laboured. Um, and that's going to irritate the Aries moon, which wants to just get on. So, um, anyway, every time these two get in square from whichever zodiac signs they're in, that it tends to be a day when the day gets disrupted, and it's the proverbial thorn in your side or pebble in your shoe. Okay. Right, I'm just going to flip back and have a look at this. I don't need to keep sharing with yourself and see if there's anything else there that is worth a mention. We have Mercury square to Neptune. Mercury's in Sagittarius, Neptune's in Pisces. So again, we have them in zodiac signs which are inimical to each other, which don't get on in many ways. So Mercury wants to get on a journey and it wants to be fast about it. We're in fire again. And Mercury is bouncing to give us a feel for, I want to go on holiday, I want to travel, I want to get out, I want to do things, I want to explore horizons. And Neptune in Pisces is a very dreamy, very watery. It sort of rubs out or makes the fire dampen down. It spreads water all over it, and so there's a dampening effect to an enthusiastic idea. Um, and well, yes, that's about right for this time of the year, isn't it? We've had snow here, well, and torrential rain and snow, and then fog, and then more snow, and then rain. And so, yeah, I think Neptune in Pisces about describes the amount of water. I feel like I'm living in a goldfish bowl at the moment. You know, when the sky is just that grey colour and it looks as if the sky has disappeared completely. It's just grey. So it's all a bit Pisces. Anyway, that's I'm going to give up now and I'm going to say goodbye. And please tell everybody about this the stuff that I'm doing, and hopefully they will find it interesting too. And it's been great to talk to you. And I'm going to put two addresses in the comment box there. On YouTube. And one will be an address to a fantastic interview that I did with Steve Rother, which I think was really good. For information, I thought a lot was coming out. And there's another link in there going to, so you can sign up to my newsletter. Now, don't get excited, right? I've had this newsletter for 15 years, I think. It's on MailChimp. And I think I managed to get about 2 a year out. But when I do get them out, they're quite interesting, and it means you can share them with your friends. So have a look for those. It was lovely to talk to you, and I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you soon. Bye.